Hi everyone, this is Denise Levy. I'm an artist and designer, and today I'm going to show you how to put together this really cute birthday card featuring this adorable little crab, perfect for summer birthdays, or really any time of year if you have someone who lives by the beach. And if so, I'm incredibly jealous. Okay, so we're going to start or I'm going to start rather with the background layers. So I'm going to take this tan layer and glue it just flat to the cream layer, and then that will create the little details in what's supposed to be sand. So I'm going to do that. And then the rest of the layers, I want some dimensions because this is kind of a shadow box card. So I really like this foam adhesive. I buy it, I go through it, so I buy it in big rolls. And what I like to do is just lift off just about halfway and kind of alternating sides, which you can see there. It just makes it easier to get it stuck to the card. Unless you're really good at doing that, then you might not need to do it this way. But for me, it seems like I always have to fiddle with it. And if I have the adhesive completely exposed, then I always end up having to take it back up, etc. So this way, once I get it kind of where I think I want it, then I will just pull. As you can see, I keep those tabs of the tape kind of peeking through, so then I can just pull them out and expose the rest of it. So now we've got 3 layers. We've got one more layer there, and I'm going to do the same thing with the tape. And I didn't show all of that, but I did the same exact process. So I've got all that adhered, and that's just got great dimension and detail already with this card with just the background layers. So now I'm going to move on to the fun part, which is the crab and his little friend, the sun. Um, and, you know, you could start with the sun first. I didn't. I think I was just too excited to put the crab together. It doesn't really matter. In my instructions, I say start with the sun because the crab overlaps the sun. So if you wanted to immediately glue it down. Anyway, take this black piece that is just like the head of the crab with the little eyes poking up. It's kind of hard to see with my black glass mat, um, and those will form the eyes of the crab. Next, I'm going to move on and I'm going to just dry fit all those little joints of the crab, which are you cut out of like a dark red or maroon color. Those are in varying widths. So I think it'll make sense when you're actually putting the card together, which one goes where. Remember, it's not that serious. It's crafting. It's supposed to be fun. And so if you get one of these joints in the wrong spot, I don't think anyone, least of all your recipient, will notice. So I'm just going to get all those little joint pieces glued, and I love that. I think it adds so much detail to this cute little crab. So once I'm happy with that, I believe I move on to the cheeks because nope, got a couple more joints. What crab doesn't need some cute pink cheeks? Definitely this crab needs it. This card would be sweet for a child or an adult. And, I like to be kind of whimsical with my sentiments. So Snappy Birthday I thought was pretty cute. And I'm just going to keep gluing these little joints down. I'm using the Barely Arts Precision Craft Glue, and it's got that precision tip on it, which makes it really easy to get small pieces like this glued down, and also my tweezers also help. So now I'm with the little cheeks. So I'll get each cheek in place. I don't really show you exactly where to put the cheeks, so that's kind of, up to your discretion. You can kind of change the way he looks by how close together or far apart you put these little cheeks. But I think it's just such a cute little touch. Then I will move on to the eyeballs. Now the eyeballs are small and they also have a tiny little circle cut out so that black part can peek through. I cut this on my both my Cricut. What do I have? I have a Explorer 3, and then I have a Silhouette Cameo 5, I believe it is, and both machines cut it beautifully. So hopefully you won't have any problems. And I just think that that's just such a fun detail to have the eye detail instead of just a solid green circle. So I'm going to continue to glue those on this whimsical little crab and get that glued down, trying to put glue not where the little hole cutout is, which I tend to do, and then I've got glue seeping through to the front. So yeah, I'm just making sure all that is good, and I'll set him aside. Now for the sun, I cut the little face out of vinyl, which I would recommend because it's pretty tiny, and I didn't do a cutout like I did for the crab. This makes it super easy. It cuts beautifully, so easy to get it adhered to the little sun. And again, I think the sun having this little face just adds just so much cuteness and whimsy to this sweet little card. So we'll get I'll get this face kind of down to the card and lift up my transfer tape like so, like that. And then the sun also needs cheeks, so then I will glue the little pink cheeks to the sun, and we're getting close to having this little card complete. And you see me apply some of that glue. I also like, I mentioned, usually try to mention this, I also like Ranger's multi-matte medium or multi-medium matte glue. So if anything oozes out, it dries matte and you don't see it. So sometimes with small pieces, I do reach for that, but I'm really loving this Burley Arts glue. So I'm going to glue this sun down first, and you see on that tan layer piece there is a little bump out that shows you exactly where the sun needs to go. And now I'm going to adhere the little crab, and the crab I'm going to use these little foam adhesive. They're not quite as thick as the tape. Either would be fine. So I just put a lot of those little foam circles down, and that'll just pop that crab up just a little bit. And I just think that's makes it really cute. And now he's in place right there on the beach. And then I will get this top frame piece. I will weed this sentiment, Snappy Birthday, and this cut really well for me. Again, I used vinyl. You could probably cut the snappy part out of cardstock if you rather, but I think it's just the easiest thing is just to cut the whole thing out of vinyl. And I lost a dot to my eye there for a minute, and I got it back. And now I'm going to use some transfer tape and get that down, and use my little scraper thing to really get that to come up on that transfer tape. I like to do both the front and the back of the piece of vinyl. And then we will try to hopefully lift that off, and hopefully it all comes off. I've been having pretty good luck lately with my vinyl sentiments. Um, I've said this before, but I'm pretty new to vinyl. I'm getting a little bit better, but I I sure do like using it. It just cuts so beautifully. So I'm going to get that in place, and you've got the little bump out for both words, so you know exactly where to put it. Um, and the way I have this designed is it's both words are perfectly spaced and to go directly on the card. So you can just weed them and apply them together just like I am doing. And I carefully remove my transfer tape so I don't pull up any of my cardstock. And then I will get the heart glued down. My last card I didn't have a heart, and that's been a minute. If you purchase this card for me and you're here watching this video, you're thinking about purchasing, thank you so much for supporting my art. I really appreciate it. This card will be available at my website, deniseleveystudio.com, and also the Silhouette design store. I also would appreciate any likes on this video on YouTube and any follows on YouTube. I would also really appreciate that. Now I'm going to get this green frame adhered to the front of the card. I'm just not using the tape again. I could have. I guess I just didn't want the card to get too bulky. So I'm just putting those dots on the very bottom, and I'm going to stack that and get that lined up. And then I didn't, so now I'm doing it this way. And once I get that in place, then I will apply more of those foam adhesive. I just expose both sides of the foam adhesive and just kind of slip it under, and that worked out pretty well for me. And now I will get this card glued down to my card base. I like to just put this Barely Arts glue on the bottom and then make sure I have it perfectly. Well, nothing I do is ever perfect, but as perfect as I can get it onto that card base. And once I'm happy with that, then I will go and I'll get some more glue down on the top and the sides. And then this card is done. Finished card size is 5x7, and just it's got great dimension. I think anyone would love to receive this card. And if you purchased it for me, I hope you have a lot of fun making it. Thank you so much, and have a great day.